birthday party in a critical labor for 3 days. This woman has been in a critical labor, and he has not been able to say, I want to give birth. Now the husband is going to attend his mother's birthday party because the husband, they are from a wealthy family. So he feel that if he does not honor the mother's birthday, all those normal bad will not be coming out. So is it right for this man? Is it right, guys? I want to open my window. Is it right for this man? What this man did, is it good? Please drop it in the comments. Thank you. You guys are going to join me in my sweeping of the house this morning. Yes, I'm cleaning the house, as you guys can see. So you're going to join me. So this is the story I have brought for you guys this morning. I brought this story for you guys because this family that I'm talking about right now, the husband is from a wealthy family, and they just got married. Not quite long, and all the man could do was what? All the man could do was abandon the wife and go for the mother's birthday party. Was it right? What is our brother did? Is it right? Couldn't he have waited for the mother to do what? Couldn't he have waited for the mother for the wife to finish labor or find possible means if the labor is not coming as expected? Then you say, okay, let's go to the hospital and ask for the doctor's opinion what you are going to do. But this one, the man abandoned the woman. Abandoned the woman and did what? And went for his mother's birthday party. It was the friend of the wife that she now called. He called the friend and said, see you, I'm in labor, come home. Now say, where is your husband? He said, my husband? My husband has abandoned me and went for his mother's birthday. He did not even mind if this woman is in labor. If there will be complication in this labor. And first time pregnancy, it always comes with so many challenges that everyone has to be supportive. Everyone has to be there for the first time mom, because some of the pregnancy always comes with a lot of challenges. Most of the pregnancy of first time mothers is only few that doesn't have complication, especially in the case where the woman is of age, where the woman did not get married on time. Maybe she's in her 40s and she's getting pregnant for the first time, or she's from 35 years and above getting pregnant for the first time. There are many, because once you are from 35 years in the hospital, they will record you as a high risk pregnancy. That's what they do here. But in Nigeria, nobody cares. But here, once you are above 35 years, they will record you in what? In high risk pregnancy. I finished sweeping my kitchen, so I want to first of let me list the things that my husband needs to buy. I have to list the things that my husband needs to buy. Let me run this line first. I have to run this latte first. Nice. I have to run the latte. Then let me list the things that you are going to buy. So it's really a sad thing, truth. It's really, really sad what happened. How a man abandoned his wife. How will a man abandon his wife? Hmm? How will a man abandon his wife because of birthday party? I'm just tired. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do. Come on, guys. Let me just go through this. How will a man abandon his wife in a critical moment like that? Is it fair? Is it right for a man to abandon his wife in a very critical moment like that? I don't think it's right to. At least the mother's birthday can wait. Yes, the mother's birthday can wait. Mother's birthday can wait. So that when the wife finish giving birth, they will now say, okay, let's see if we can. You can postpone your birthday. It doesn't matter the date. You can postpone your birthday. It does not matter the day. It does not matter the day. All you need, if somebody doesn't have chance in a critical moment like this, what the mother would have done would say, my son is about to welcome my first grandchild. I have to postpone this birthday and make sure that my son is okay. I have to postpone it and make sure my son is okay. That's what he would have done. Instead, the husband have to abandon the wife in a labor condition and do what? And went to meet the mother. Went to meet the mother for her birthday. Is it birthday that matters? I don't know what to give to you. I'll give you your food, you refuse to eat your food. And this bread is very, very strong for you to eat. The bread is very, very strong. Let me try to. Guys, I'm coming home. So no matter what, our family should come first. As a man, don't abandon your wife. Hello? Hello? share your post to the this thing. No, it's my page. I cannot use my page to share another person's post. I can't use my page to share another person's post to the group. It will give me violation on my page. You know your page, you can only use it to share your own post to any group. You don't use your page to share another person's video to group. I I don't have another profile. The only profile I supposed to have, Facebook, they banned my Facebook, my main profile. They banned it. I cannot even open it on this phone. I cannot even open it. That is why it's even risk I took using my own page to open that group. It's risk because Facebook doesn't like it. That is why a lot of persons doesn't want to open those Facebook group as far as managing their page, because anything you do with your page, it may lead you to violation, to restriction, no recommending and all those things. That is why I cannot even use that page, my page now. I cannot use it to engage on that group, because if I use it, my page is already at risk. Let me check. Let me check. But because I was in the group just now. Okay, what's your name? Even my main profile that I'm using now, they just disabled everything. I don't understand. These are really food that I refuse to eat since. How we can do it. Sorry. Guys, I'm giving my baby food. I feel like sleeping after 11. You are wanting to be blessed, and I know so be it. Forgiveness, oh my God, singing blessed be your name, blessed be your name, blessed be your name.
आज का अवसर एक बहुत सुखद संयोग है और David went through this anxiety attack. We don't know how long it was, whether it's weeks, whether it's months, but when it was over, at the end of the chapter, he gives us what he learned. He said in verse 22, cast your burdens on the Lord, release the weight of them, and he will sustain you. He was saying, I went through this terrible anxiety, thought my life was over. I lived worried, overwhelmed. But now that I'm out, having lived through it, here's what I'm going to do differently next time. Here's how I can save you a lot of heartache and pain. Cast your anxieties on the Lord. Release the weight of those worries. Quit carrying things that you're not supposed to carry. Turn it over to God. Trust Him in the trouble. Trust Him when you don't see a way. Trust Him when you don't understand, and He will sustain you and bring you safely through. David went through this anxiety attack. We don't know how. disciples, we think, God, we don't want to get in the boat and cross the lake. We want to stay here where you blessed us. What God has in store is something greater than what you have in mind. You may have seen a blessing, but he's taking you to Gennesaret, a place of abundant blessings. God never closes a door unless... It's easy to go through life doing things out of guilt and pressure. A relative will get upset if we don't show up every time they want. A friend expects us to meet every demand, or they'll get their feelings hurt. People use control and manipulation to get their way. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. Sometimes they don't even know they're doing it. They expect us to perform, be there every time they call, put our life on hold to make sure that they're taken care of. If not, they get sour. Try to make you feel guilty. Why weren't you here? If we're not careful, we'll take on this false sense of responsibility, thinking that it's our job to keep them fixed. We have to keep them happy, keep them encouraged, keep them entertained. But here's the key. You are not responsible for other people's happiness. You are responsible for your own happiness. Take that pressure off. Some people don't want to be happy. They won't deal with their issues. They won't forgive. They won't keep a good attitude. It's much easier for them to rely on you. If you continue giving in, you'll not only not have the time and energy for your dreams, but you're enabling their dysfunction. It's easy to go through life doing things out of guilt and pressure. A relative will get upset if we don't show up every time they want. A friend expects us to meet every demand, or they'll get their feelings hurt. People use control and manipulation to get their way. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. Sometimes they don't even know they're doing it. They expect us to perform, be there every time they call, put our life on hold to make sure that they're taken care of. If not, they get sour. Try to make you feel guilty. Why weren't you here? If we're not careful, we'll take on this false sense of responsibility, thinking that it's our job to keep them fixed. We have to keep them happy, keep them encouraged, keep them entertained. But here's the key. You are not responsible for other people's happiness. You are responsible for your own happiness. Take that pressure off. Some people don't want to be happy. They won't deal with their issues. They won't forgive. They won't keep a good attitude. It's much easier for them to rely on you. If you continue giving in, you'll not only not have the time and energy for your dreams, but you're enabling their dysfunction. It's easy to go through life doing things out of guilt and pressure. A relative will get upset if we don't show up every time they want. A friend expects us to meet every demand, or they'll get their feelings hurt. People use control and manipulation to get their way. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. Sometimes they don't even know they're doing it. They expect us. That's the way it is with us. We're not shining in our own strength. We don't have enough talent, experience to accomplish our God-given purpose by ourselves. If we try to do it on our own, we get frustrated, trying to make people before us, trying to force opportunities. But when you understand that God's face is shining on you, then you can live from a place of rest, knowing that it's not up to you, you are reflecting the glory of God. When you stay in faith, you'll reflect His favor, reflect His goodness. That's the way it is with us. We're not shining in our own strength. We don't have enough talent, experience to accomplish our God-given purpose by ourselves. If we try to do it on our own, we get frustrated, trying to make people before us, trying to force opportunities. But when you understand that God's face is shining on you, then you can live from a place of rest, knowing that it's the same way with God's face shining on us. Sometimes we don't see it. It's cloudy in our life. We're dealing with an illness. Went through a breakup. We lost a loved one. Feels dark. Thoughts will tell you it's never going to change. You've seen your best days, but you have to know God's face is still shining on you. He may feel distant, but He has not left you. Behind the dark clouds, he's shining strength, upholding you, not letting you go under. Without his face, you wouldn't make it through. And the good news is, those clouds are not permanent. The trouble is temporary. The sickness, the loneliness, it's just a matter of time before the clouds blow out and you see the face of God shining on you in a new way. It's the same way with God's face shining on us. Sometimes we don't see it. It's cloudy in our life. We're dealing with an illness. Went through a breakup. We lost a loved one. Feels dark. Thoughts will tell you it's never going to change. You've seen your best days, but you have to know God's face is still shining on you. He may feel distant, but he has not left you. Behind the dark clouds, he's shining strength, upholding you, not letting you go under. Without his face, you wouldn't make it through. And the good news is, those clouds are not permanent. The trouble is temporary. The sickness, the loneliness, it's just a matter of time before the clouds blow out and you see the face of God shining on you in a new way. It's the same way with God's face shining on us. Sometimes we don't see it. It's cloudy in our life. We're dealing with an illness. Went through a breakup. We lost a loved one. Feels dark. Thoughts will tell you it's never going to change. You've seen your best days. You have to know God's face is still shining on you. He may feel distant, but he has not left you. Behind the dark clouds, he's shining strength, upholding you, not letting you go under. Without his face, you wouldn't make it through. And the good news is, those clouds are not permanent. The trouble is temporary. The sickness, the loneliness, it's just a matter of time before the clouds blow out and you see the face of God shining on you in a new way. It's the same way with God's face shining on us. Sometimes we don't see it. It's cloudy in our life. We're dealing with an illness. Went through a breakup. We lost a loved one. Feels dark. Thoughts will tell you it's never going to change. You've seen your best days. But you have to know God's face is still shining on you. He may feel distant, but he has not left you. Doors that have been closed a long time for you are about to open. David said in Psalm 24, "Open up ancient gates, and the King of glory will come in." Ancient gates means things that have been shut for years. Doors that have been closed in your family life for generations. Things you've been shut out of. Dealing with addictions, depression, low self-esteem, mediocrity. Those ancient gates are about to open up. Like the Israelites, you're about to walk into your promised land. To blessings, freedom, wholeness, success. I can see chains breaking right now. Deadbolts coming off, doors opening. You're coming out of generational curses, generational limitations, generational struggles into generational blessings. What's been stored up for your family is about to be released with you. What's been held back, what should have been yours, it's not lost, it's been accumulating. Ancient gates are going to open up. You couldn't make this happen. It's the King of glory. It's the Most High God. It's your doorkeeper doing what only he can do. Doors that have been closed a long time for you are about to open. David said in Psalm 24, "Open up ancient gates, and the King of glory will come in." Ancient gates means things that have been shut for years. Doors that have been closed in your family life for generations. Things you've been shut out of. Dealing with addictions, depression, low self-esteem, mediocrity. Those ancient gates are about to open up. Like the Israelites, you're about to walk into your promised land. To blessings, freedom, wholeness, success. I can see chains breaking right now. Deadbolts coming off, doors opening. You're coming out of generational curses, generational limitations, generational struggles into generational blessings. What's been stored up for your family is about to be released with you. What's been held back, what should have been yours, it's not lost, it's been accumulating. Ancient gates are going to open up. You couldn't make this happen. It's the King of Glory. It's the Most High God. It's your doorkeeper doing what only He can do. Doors that have been closed a long time for you. We all face setbacks in life and things we don't understand. When we go through loss and disappointments, it's easy to get discouraged and think that's the way it's always going to be. But our God is a God of restoration. He doesn't stop every difficulty. He doesn't keep us from every challenge. But He did promise He would pay us back for the wrongs. He would restore what was stolen. David said in Psalm 71, "You have allowed me to suffer much hardship, but you will restore me to even greater honor." The suffering is a setup. God allowed the difficulty not to make you miserable, but to restore you to greater honor. God never brings you out the same. He makes the enemy pay for bringing the trouble. When you're in tough times, you have to remind yourself that is not how your story ends. That loneliness, the bad break, the anxiety is not your destiny. Greater is coming. Greater joy, greater strength, greater relationships. That setback in your finances, the client you lost, the unfair childhood, that didn't stop your purpose. Greater opportunities are coming. Greater favor, greater influence. The enemy brought it to set you back. He didn't realize it's setting you up for God to show out in your life. He meant it for your harm. God's turning it to your advantage. When you're in difficult times, keep this phrase in your spirit. Greater is coming. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. He wouldn't have allowed it if it was going to keep you from your destiny. Just the opposite. It's going to launch you into your destiny. Paul said, "These light afflictions are for a moment, but they are working in us an eternal weight of glory." The trouble is temporary. The glory is permanent. The key is don't stay focused on the suffering. Stay focused on the glory that's coming. It may be tough right now. Life has dealt you an unfair hand. That suffering is not in vain. It's serving a purpose. It's leading you to greater honor, greater favor, greater victories. I love David's attitude. God, you've allowed me to suffer much hardship. He could have stopped there, stayed focused on the bad breaks. God, I don't understand it. Why did my father leave me in the shepherd's fields? Why is King Saul trying to kill me? Instead, David said in effect, God, I've had a lot of bad breaks. I've gone through much suffering, but I know this. You will restore me to greater honor. He was thanking God for greater in the middle of the difficulty. When you're in tough times, you can either talk about how big the problem is, or you can talk about how big your God is. And if you're going to see the greater, you have to do like David. In the middle of the difficulty, start declaring, greater is coming. The medical report doesn't look good. While you're taking the treatment, Lord, thank you that greater health is coming. Thank you that the number of my days you will fulfill. When you're fighting depression, anxiety, fear, don't sit around thinking about how you're never going to get better. No, in the middle of the battle, Father, thank you that greater joy is coming. Thank you that you're pushing back forces of darkness. Your attitude in the suffering will determine whether you come out with greater or whether you stay where you are. 1 Peter says, after you have suffered a little while. I'm not saying that if you have faith, you'll never have suffering, never have things you don't understand. But keep the right perspective. The suffering is not permanent. After you have suffered a little while, not your whole life, not the next 20 years. Don't believe those lies that what you're going through is never going to change. You'll always struggle with the addiction. You'll always have to deal with that illness. Always have trouble at work. No, the suffering is not going to last. It didn't come to stay. It came to pass. What God started in your life, He is going to finish. But here's the key. To see the greater, you have to go through the suffering. I would love to tell you that greater comes by just being positive, by just staying in faith. But there are certain levels you can only reach by going through some things. And don't get stuck in the suffering. Don't live bitter because somebody walked away. Don't settle into depression thinking that's your lot in life. Keep an attitude of faith and go through it. Keep believing when every thought tells you it's never going to change. Keep talking like it's going to happen when nothing is improving. Keep speaking God's favor when it seems like you're wasting your time. The suffering is a test. It's an opportunity to show God that you are not going to get discouraged. You're not going to give up on your dream. You're not going to lose your passion.
Tutti gli ATP, WTA, Wimbledon, US Open e l'Elite ATP Finals. Solo su Sky Sport il grande tennis si gioca tutto l'anno.
Sky TV più Sky Sport a 24,90 €.
Dreams, you're not going to lose your passion. The scripture goes on to say, after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace, who has called you to His eternal glory, will Himself restore you, strengthen you, and establish you. God has already called you to live a victorious life. He's already called you to overcome every obstacle. The Creator of the universe chose you before you could choose Him. The forces that are trying to stop you are no match for the God who has already called you. Now do like David, go through the suffering with a good attitude. If you'll keep the right perspective, then God Himself will restore you. That means He won't send the angels. He won't ask Gabriel to do it, but the Most High God will suddenly turn things around. He will suddenly heal, suddenly promote, suddenly deliver. Now, many of you have passed this test. You've been doing the right thing, suffering with a smile, praising through the pain, worshiping instead of worrying. Get ready, greater is coming. God is about to do a new thing. Problems that look permanent are about to turn around. Dreams that look too far gone are about to come to pass. The right people, divine connections are going to find you. Greater is coming. The enemy thought he was pulling you back to keep you there. He didn't realize, like a bow and arrow, the more he pulls you back, the further God is going to shoot you. He thought he was hindering you. The truth is, he was helping you. The suffering was a setup. God allowed it so He can launch you to a new level of your destiny. Now don't be discouraged by what you're going through. You couldn't become who you were created to be without the struggle, without the disappointment, without the bad break. I know it's uncomfortable. I know you don't like it, but keep reminding yourself, greater is coming. 1 Samuel chapter 30, David and his 600 men had been out protecting the borders of Israel. When they were returning home 3 days later, they noticed smoke billowing in the sky. It looked like it was coming from their city. I can imagine they started walking faster, wondering what was going on. When they arrived home, their worst fears came to pass. The Amalekites had come in and raided their city. They burned down all the homes, kidnapped all their wives and children, and took all of their possessions. Here David was out doing the right thing, and the wrong thing happened. Didn't seem fair. But just because you have trouble doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Sometimes when you're doing right, you will face difficulties. There are forces trying to keep you from your destiny. But when you understand this principle, that every setback is a setup for God to take you further, that the suffering is putting you in position for greater honor, then you won't fall apart when you have a bad break. You won't live bitter because you had an unexpected challenge. You'll stay in faith, knowing that the enemy wouldn't be trying to stop you if he didn't know something amazing was in your future. David and his men were very discouraged. start thanking God that He's fighting your battles, that this too shall pass, that greater is coming. David prayed and asked if he should go after the enemy. God said in verse 8, yes, go after him,